Viber'z Only. Give me something to vibe to.
Yo, what up, everybody? We back on Goode Street, man. We got a very interesting guest
Very
for y'all
special.
today. Yeah, he done came bless us with his presence. But I'm Jupac. You can find me on Instagram _Ju_Pac. Darren Rhymes is my real name on Facebook. I don't do shit on there, and I don't really mess with Twitter. But go follow them Viber'z Only pages, bro. That's Viber'z Only the brand on Facebook, and that's _Viber'z
Only underscore
on Instagram. Thanks for the help from my
Always,
co-host,
man. That's
man.
why I'm here. The co-host, man. It's the Lil Bro, Lil Vibe.
Yeah.
Call myself Goode Street Sam on Instagram, man. But yeah, tune in to those Viber'z Only pages, man, for the latest and updates on the merch and
Well,
everything.
fuck that, man.
Yeah,
we got the man.
the myth, the legend.
Yes.
What it do?
Pretty soon to be the mayor of our city.
Oh man, come on, man.
I hope. We got go ahead on and introduce yourself, bro.
Right here, you know what it is. DJ Juice, aka the DJ. Stage
Yeah.
name, government name, Justin Patterson. You know that.
What's your social media?
Instagram at DJ Juice 100. I spell it out DeeJay.
Yeah.
Juice 100. Twitter, same thing.
Yeah.
We gonna title this episode "Respect My Mix," man.
Yeah.
I love, man. That's my shit right there.
said
Man.
that.
Respect my mix,
I
man.
ain't said that in a minute.
Yeah.
You ain't got to like it, but just respect it, man. You know.
So you go ahead.
So we go way back, man.
Jesus.
I won't go back to where it started, man. I won't go back to what inspired you to be man. You are the music sound of Homer. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Like,
indeed.
you've been doing it so long.
Right.
And at what point in your mind did it come to like, know what? This is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do.
Well, I mean, I come from a real musical family. My dad played in the
Right.
church, plays the church organ in church, and my grandmother and my dad was in a band. You know, growing up, seeing him do different things, and then just catching wind of things, and then me buying little radios from Radio Shack. They had little radios you could put together, and like little transmitters, and get a little sound, and then that turned into me getting cassette tapes, collecting that, and then I just started DJing with like cassette tapes when I was 11 years old, man, getting dropped off
11.
at parties, man.
11.
And then got to junior high at Evergreen, did a couple of school basketball games, and from there it just went up, man. Just when I got to college, this is when I really got exposed to different genres and different types of music and other people. And
Where you went to college?
I went to Southern.
Southern?
Yeah.
Shout out Southern.
In 2000, man. I don't know. I guess just being popular at the time around the city before social media, of course. So you had to be popular if they didn't have social media.
That was them Caution Click days, bro. I remember that.
Caution Click.
Doomer's Dance days,
Yeah.
mainstream days, like all that stuff, man. Just dancing in the parade, like all that shit. All that shit had an effect on what I am and what I became.
Right.
Let me ask you, man. What DJs were out there before you?
There wasn't really many, man. Like I
don't remember.
the ones that's under me. Like they really were inspired by. I would say they were inspired by my movement, but it was just like everybody else was older. I don't know. It was like DJ Slim, the one they called Taboo.
Unta
Bunta,
Right.
Shout out Unta Bunta.
Kenny G, he died. That's Asian that work at Trap. That's her daddy.
Okay.
White
R.I.P.
dude.
him.
He
Yeah.
was like the dude that gave me the game on everything.
Uh-huh.
And I know Randall Parker from Doolage. He had an uncle that used to DJ, but I don't know his name.
Yeah, because I mean, I vaguely remember, but
Nah, it wasn't
Right.
like that.
right.
It wasn't like at all. Like it was that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
That wasn't a thing.
It did not exist.
Nope. The next person under me to start was DJ Will.
Shout out DJ Will.
Shout out Fab Five DJ.
That's another subject.
Who are all of the Fab Five DJs, bro?
DJ Big Body, DJ Will, DJ Cole Breezy, DJ Fletch, and myself.
Okay.
And how did that come about?
Well, we just were a collection of friends who every weekend we would all five of us would be booked in places, and I think maybe Cole Breezy or Fletch would post something like online, like where y'all at this weekend, and then we just started calling ourselves the Fabulous Five.
Yeah.
Because like at the time, we were the only ones running the cities. From here to Baton Rouge, well, Vacherie and that area.
Yeah.
Tri-Parish area, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's just crazy because I know you and DJ Will. I know Big Body too, but that's all from being him. But the other two,
Right. Well,
I had never heard of them.
right.
but
Cobreeze is he kind of like covered the Thibodeau area, and Fletch he was like on the Vacherie River Parish area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I heard them, and they real nice. You know what I'm saying? I kind of took a liking to DJing too. I started trying to do it my own self too, but I really admire what you're doing for the parish and what you're doing for the tri-parish and the community and all that, bro. So,
Thank you.
I tip my hat to you, bro. I was like, man, we got to get Juice on here, bro.
Thank you,
Got
man.
to.
Appreciate that.
When do you feel like it just popped for you? Like, boom, I'm
Man,
DJ Juice now.
I don't know. It just,
Right. The transition from Justin to DJ Juice.
man, you know what? Let me tell you the truth. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I've done, like I said, in high school and junior high, I've done little parties and little backyard stuff. I think the first party that really put me on the map, like, was when this was January 2001. I came home from school and Keena Alvis had a party at Main Street.
Come on, man.
What?
I can remember that because that was when they had Much Love Records and Delano rapped. And
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, like, and that was like actually my very first large homie event because that party was lit.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's what kind of opened the doors to people, letting people know who I was that year. Other than that, it was just little stuff here and there. But I don't know. Once I got into the club scene, it was over with.
So, from you starting to actually put yourself out there and DJ to the time it pop, what kind of time frame we looking at?
Well, I would say about 6-7 years.
See, most people don't sustain that long, man. They give up.
Right.
You know?
I never gave up anything. Like, I can honestly say, and this is not really, this is not being cocky or this is not being arrogant, but like, I could say that since the 90s, like, I'm the only movement that never stopped. I never died down.
I agree.
From
totally
T-shirts to record labels to clubs to anything that started that didn't continue. I think I'm like the only thing that's still like what I'm popular doing now at 30, about to be 38, is what I was popular doing when I was 15. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Was it times you wanted to give up?
Never.
Like, you
Never.
just loved.
Never.
You loved it.
It's like I get accommodated good for it. I got to the point to where I could charge what I want. But I'm the type of person like Michael Jordan, like, he gets paid what he wants for basketball, right? But he also can go in his backyard and shoot for nothing.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
So,
if I ain't getting paid for it, I'll still just go sit down somewhere and DJ. Like, I get up on Sunday mornings and play gospel
I was
music.
just about to say, so the quarantine time was just, man,
Yeah,
that's what I would do
I
regardless.
do that in my house all the
I
time.
did my homework. You know, I kind of focused and laid back and studied, you know, different music. Now that I had the chance to relax on the weekends, but every Sunday I just get up and like cater to the elders who can't go to church.
Right.
And you know, they were trying to send me bread and cash out me, and I wasn't on that for that. I'm not on that. I still do it, you know, even though outside is bag over, I still do it every Sunday because they still look forward to that.
Yes, indeed.
And I earn my blessings in the same way, you know.
Straight up,
I
man.
started to learn, about podcasting with people and learning people that do a certain craft. If you do it because you love it, the bread gonna come.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you do it because you love it, like, the bread gonna come.
And in my opinion, like, if you say you do something, then not at least 90% of the time, if somebody sees you, that's what you need to be doing. Like, if I say I'm a rapper, but you see me sitting outside, like, not doing nothing,
Right.
that's not showing I'm a rapper. Like, y'all never see me not DJing.
Right.
Right.
You're
Y'all
right
never
about
see
that.
me
When
not
I
DJing.
do see you not DJing, I'll be like, boy, they must be ain't got nothing going
Right.
on tonight. When I see
Because
you in the dagger shop.
It seems weird. It seems weird because let's say I go in the gym to shoot ball. Like, people are so used to seeing me DJing, it's like I never touched a basketball.
Right.
Like, Juice, you know how to play basketball? Like, I was in T. Reed Celebrity Game. Juice don't play no basketball. Why? It's like when you see your barber somewhere. What you doing at the barber shop? Like, that's where they got to be at. You feel me?
Come on, man.
Yeah, like, it's just, it's like that, man.
But you the life of the party, man.
You is.
You literally the life of the party.
Like, if Juice gonna be there, it's gonna be
It's
lit.
That's been
It's
said.
gonna be lit.
That's crazy, dog. That's been said for the longest, man. Like, and I really, that really humbles me, and I respect that I got that much respect out of people that they know whenever I'm going to be somewhere, what it's going to be about.
And I'm glad you said the word humble. I was just about to ask you, what does that do to your ego to know that, you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't stroke it for one, because like if it did, like I would walk around here like I was a celebrity, but like I was a celebrity, but I don't. Like I still buy t-shirts at the gas station. I still like I don't like back in the G. I used to want to buy all kind of clothes and jewelry and have my grill done, you know, just to go DJ, just to look good. But man, I just care about making everybody else's memories, man. Like I really get a drive off of watching everybody else enjoy it. Yeah, so it's not like it's doing me anything. The financial side is, but
you doing it because you love it.
Yeah,
I you know, I pay attention, bro. Like it's crazy because I say, man, if you pay attention to Juice, like music be moving through his body. Like the whole time you be DJing, you be bouncing the whole time. I'm like, son, he can't help it. You know what I'm saying?
It's just something. It's something that, like, when people be like, I want you to teach me how to DJ, like, you can't be taught that.
You have to have a genuine love for.
You gotta have a genuine love. You have to be born with a seed that's gonna allow you to know music. I mean, you could teach somebody the techniques, but if you don't have the mind frame to open up to hear and do different things that is required to be a DJ, then you know you definitely won't get out of it what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes when I'm DJing and I'm mixing, I'll mix a song that doesn't even go with a song that's being played, but it'll blend so well that people will be like,
you got some nice blends. Just because I kind of know what is going on.
Yeah,
like, boy, Juice got some nice blends.
You just grab and pick and pull from different things, man. It's almost like a puppet master. You make the people do what you want them to do.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
There's a whole philosophy behind it. A lot of people doing it for a name or clout or just to put DJ in front of their name, dog. But it's like you gotta really put in work for it, man, in order to get the rewards and the respect that you want or that you deserve.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So you work your way up in DJing. You are who's like the biggest celebrity artist that you feel like you DJ for?
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
And when you DJ for, that's fucking huge.
Okay, right.
When you DJ fan for?
This was 2000. What this is 20. This was 2016. I went on tour with Lil Wayne. I had got a call from his tour manager, Fee. And Fee was like, you know, we on tour in the Northeast, and we need a DJ from back home that's going, you know, hype the crowd up, because the opening DJ, he's not doing what he's supposed to do. We done been to these different cities, and he keep doing this and doing that. And they could have went to New Orleans and easily got like Raj Smooth, or anybody, you know, because Raj Smooth was his dude on the mixtape.
Definitely.
But whenever, like, they know my work ethic, they know my worth, and they hit me up, and then I went on tour with him, and then we was like all across the Northeast, New York, Philly, Indiana, Minnesota, Chicago, and we talking about sold out arenas, man. Like,
do you feel like music is universal? Do you go down there and just like put them on?
Do they
your
respect
music?
the mix?
Do they respect the mix?
The thing is, I believe they respect it just because of the momentum. But of course, whatever region I went to, I gotta study what's hot.
All right, that's what people don't do.
You'll always win with what's on the radio or what's on the top 40 because it's worldwide. But sometimes you gotta dig a little deeper and find out what this city likes, what this hood likes. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely did my homework before I went to these different cities. It's just every arena was a sellout crowd. You talking about 30,000-40,000 people, man. I'm in the middle of the stage, first person they see.
How that make you feel?
Are you nervous?
Amazing, never
nervous.
Never, bro. Never.
Were you
like,
ever nervous? Was there
never.
ever a gig that made you nervous?
Never. Well, yeah, I would say, yeah. When I had to do something that I'm not used to doing, like a different culture that I was in, I would be kind of nervous. But once I stepped foot and across that bridge, whenever I had more of those kind of events, it's like a walk in the park.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
Yeah, but being on tour with Wayne, man, it's like they flew me where I needed to go. They knew I worked at a school. They flew me home when they needed to come back home. They paid me to DJ. They clothed me, own room, everything that I needed, like it was accommodated for.
Come on, man.
You know, like if we had a show that was 24 hours apart, like we went from New York to Pennsylvania in 24 hours, And then the next day we had like 2 days off. They flew me home so I can come back to work, see my kids. Boom. The next show was in Indiana. They flew me right back. Like I didn't hang with them for the downtime. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They just got you in and out of there.
Right. So
so you speak about what do you do as a besides DJ as a career, like work?
Well, I work at a school, man. I work at Koto Bayou Blue Elementary. I've been in the school system since '06. When I was at Southern, I wasn't really focused on, just always leaving school to go DJ, leaving, school to do different things. I was rapping at the time. And so I didn't finish school. So when I came home, I saw that school board was opening a position for a paraprofessional. And what that is, that's like a teacher's aide. So in '06, when I got interviewed for that, I ended up doing that because I had experience working with kids in summer camps because I was a camp supervisor and stuff like that. And a paraprofessional, dog, believe it or not, like nobody outside the school system knows this. Like you got to deal with kids with behavior. You got to deal with kids who got physical disabilities, mental disabilities, kids who can't feed themselves, kids who wear diapers, kids who are like mentally challenged, Down syndrome, ADHD, just all those different things. Like you got to deal with all those different elements of a child that a regular ed teacher won't. Like when I first got into it, like it was a big surprise to me because I didn't know that's what that had a part of. Like I had to, some days I have to bring a kid to the bathroom and like wipe a kid ass or like change, like real talk, like I swear to God,
average person
the average person can't handle that.
Dog, change diapers, bro. Feed kids who couldn't feed themselves, lift kids out of wheelchairs who couldn't do like everything, dog. It's like because that's what a paraprofessional is. You can either work in the classroom and instruction, or you could work with the kids who have disabilities. It's almost like a nurse at school. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the schools that I was at, they saw that I was intelligent, so they felt like I was a waste of a para to be working with kids when I could be in the classroom assistant teachers. So that's what they did. They moved me to assistant teachers with instruction. I wasn't a regular certified teacher because I hadn't graduated college. So what I would do is I would go to different classes and work with different kids and different subjects. So they pulled me away from that. But the only thing about that is it humbled me because I noticed that there were kids who had things that other kids didn't have. And like, it's crazy, man, to have to do all that type of stuff. Like I go on tour one night and then I'm wiping a kid ass the next day.
Right.
That's a
and I never once complained, dog. I never complained. And then like up until last summer, nobody knows this. I've been moving in complete silence. My girl was like, man, you need to go back to school, so you can finish, get your degree, and you could become a real teacher. You don't have to deal with the things that, you're dealing with. You can get paid more money. You can really make a real impact because you got that good of a following with the kids, a good report. So I was like, I was like, all right. But I didn't want to go deal with that headache because I can remember being at Southern, man, them long lines with registering and shit and going to school and having to be in line. I'm like, I'm going to just wait. So push came to shove. I ended up just walking into an advisor's office at Nichols. He got my transcript. Everything that I needed was laid out. And he told me this is the amount of classes I need to graduate. And he said, being that I was a senior when I stopped, he was like, you only have like 12 classes left to take. So the semester at Nichols, when you're online, is divided in half. So each semester is 2 terms. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now I'm on my 5th term, and I graduate next month.
Oh, that's good.
And in my school, they know I took the praxis test, which is the certified teacher test. I passed that shit last week.
Well, fuck, you did the job.
Right.
Of course you're gonna pass the test
Right.
now.
It was
You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
and that was
something you're gonna make
I'm
public, like to
when I do, but I hadn't like nobody knew I was in school,
Nah, I
but
didn't
my
know that.
close family and certain people that I'm cool with. I don't post or I made the deans, like I fucked all that shit up, straight A's and B's, like.
Come on,
like I'm more focused as an adult as I was as
Exactly, and that's one of the things I learned, man. If I would have gone into college with the mindset I have now, straight A's.
Right.
But man, you get that 18, man. It's like,
Yeah.
man, I'm about to have some fun.
It's
you're
crazy,
experiencing
man.
life. Like that's what it is.
My principals, they know what I was going to school, like I was doing, man. I was coaching football, basketball, DJing, working at the school as a para, and going to Nichols online. My graduation date, it was supposed to be in May, but they pushed it back because of the pandemic. My principals, they had a 6th grade position open. Boom, they didn't want to lose me, so they put me in that spot. So I'm teaching 6th grade science, my class. You feel me?
Right.
So it's my class.
That's
you feel me?
dope,
And like, it's just all that's just coming into play right now, man. It feels good because it's deserving, you know.
Right.
So when I graduate with a bachelor's in liberal arts, minors in social science and humanities. I can say that shit.
You're right. There you go.
Right.
I've been qualified, but now I'm certified.
That's what's up,
Because
man.
most people wouldn't even worry about going and get that certification or whatever.
No.
Where did the term character come from?
Shit. I can't even. It's
because that's what I associate with you. Hashtag character.
That's what I was saying at one point. I mean, there's many different ways you could look at it. You know, you could define somebody as being a character, meaning they're
entertaining,
right?
Yes.
But to me, character comes from within. It's just something that you have to have, or that everybody has to have, that kind of speaks for who you are and what you're about.
Straight up.
That really was one of the things about you that caught me. I know you would always hashtag character, and I'm like, that's interesting because everybody don't have character.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying?
They should.
Right.
But you got to find it. You got to find yourself. A lot of people haven't found themselves.
I call it identity crisis, man.
A lot of people haven't found themselves, and they battling trying to put on for the world socially just so they could be accepted when you could just be yourself. Like, I've always been myself. I've never pretended to be anything else.
Me too.
I've always been a genuine, sincere person, bro. I don't have a dirty bone in my body. I don't cut through nobody, dog. I do what I do. I do what's right under God and under the law. You know, we break the rules sometimes, but like as far as when y'all got me on here for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Character.
That's it.
So let me backtrack all the way back, because we not just go breeze over Caution Click like that wasn't the real thing.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We not just gonna skip over that like that wasn't something that was serious.
Right.
You know, in this era. And as far as I could remember, the situation with Carrick was like that was the first real time where I was like, man, young people die.
Right.
You know,
For real, dog.
young people die at school, like it, and I didn't even really know him like that. But I remember the story making it all the way to I might have been in 7th grade.
I remember that.
At Homer Junior High, they was like, man, something happened at HL, and I'm just like, so you being right next to that, all in that's your partner, y'all pushing the same thing, man. How did that affect you? How did that propel you? How did that set you back? Whatever, you know.
Carrick was 2 years behind me. We actually started DJing together. He was 2 years behind me in high school. So when I got out of school, he was still in school. He was a senior. I had just had surgery because I had got food poisoning at Southern. This was April of 2002. My surgery was on April 16th.
Surgery for food poisoning?
Man, I got a cut on my stomach,
Man, what the hell you ate?
26 staples, man. I was out of it. I had to wear a shit bag for 6 months, dog.
What?
Yeah, dog. I was 19 years old.
Did
man,
you figure out what it was?
Man, I don't know, man. I know one night I was in my bed and me and Leno had just ordered pizza from Domino's and he left.
Everybody knows Leno.
Man, Leno, me and Leno had just eaten pizza from Domino's. It was the same weekend. I'm gonna forget about that too. Same weekend that Southern played Jackson State. It was October of 2001, and everybody went to that game, and we stayed back. We didn't go. We had eaten pizza. I had fucked with this little broad. Boom, he went. After that, I fucked with this little broad, and then we went to bed. Dog, my stomach was hurting. I couldn't shit. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I just was throwing up. I can remember throwing up. And then I was in the bed wrapped up because I couldn't stop shaking. And then my next door neighbor found me outside my dorm room laying on the fucking ground in front of the door. Got rushed to the hospital. And then they said I had to have emergency surgery because my intestines and my colon had twisted in a knot.
How the fuck that happened?
Don't know, dog.
Like, who tied it?
Right. Like in a knot to where I couldn't do shit. So with that being said, I had to have emergency surgery. They told me I would have to have a shit bag for 6 months. And that's when April came up for them to reverse it because everything was going to be put back to normal. So on April 16th, I had the surgery. The next day, everybody from the Caution Click came see me. David, Broderick, DeWine, and Carrick didn't come. I think Carrick had to work. I think he was working at Sonic or some shit. And I was in the hospital, and when I got released, it was April 22nd. It was a Monday. And I can remember coming home, getting out the truck. I had on my hospital gown with some pants, and I can remember seeing him run in the house with khaki pants on, some gray Jordans, and a bitch beater. I could see him running in his house. And I was like, okay. But I don't know how the phones was at that time. I can't remember. But that was my last time seeing him. So I couldn't do shit because I was on bed rest.
Right.
So I think that Tuesday he found out that I was home because his mama said that he said he was gonna come see me that Wednesday. That Wednesday morning is when he died.
Damn.
Died at 10:30.
I heard that before the end of our school day.
Right. I was still at school,
You
and
know what I'm
it
saying?
swept through the school.
I heard that, and then
It make you wonder how, because they didn't have social media.
No
then.
social media. What happened?
I don't know how.
phone. We couldn't bring phones
It
to
was
school.
it was that type of death, man. Like it was almost like a rapper died.
Right.
Right.
A rapper died. And like that was my day one. When we went places, it was me and him.
That's how I remember together. You, him. That's how I
Get
know
our hair,
Broderick. You know,
get our hair braided.
Uh-huh.
Go to the mall on Saturday nights. Stand. My mama drop us off. Your mama pick us up.
Right. There you go. Go
That-
to the mall. Go to the
Yeah,
movies.
that's it.
Something like that.
That's it. Like everywhere, man.
Nobody.
That's it. That's all we did, man. And like when you know that was big to me because that was my day one. Day one.
So how do you feel like that set you back, or you feel like that made you go hard?
That made me go harder because we started this DJing shit together.
That's what's up, bro.
It was me and him side by side.
I respect that. R.I.P. Carrick, man.
Straight up.
That like was like you said. That was really the first young person, you know.
Yeah, that
to
was the
go
first-
to me. Now you experience it
Right.
all the time. Now you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying. That was just like, damn, what happened to him? You know what I'm saying?
And we had experienced a couple of deaths because like one of our songs was called Cherish the Times. And that was based on like losing certain people around Gray who might have got hit by a car, ran over by a truck, or accidents, you know what I'm saying? But that shit right there, man, that took the cake. And then years later, another member died. He drowned. So it's like two of us left.
Who that was?
That was David. They
Oh,
call
yeah,
him
yeah.
Butcher
All right,
Knight.
yeah, that's
He
David.
he drowned.
All right, yeah, I remember that.
So like that just was another hit too.
And it's like that's I guess we would say the cons of growing up in a small town, bro. Like you get deaths every so often that hit you and
Personally.
like, damn man, I just shook his hand or some
Yep.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it could do two things. I've seen people that be like, man, my mama died. You know, talking to a homeless person in front of the store. It could set you back, or it could propel you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you use it.
It's not a day that goes by I don't think about them boys, man.
Yeah, bro.
It's especially
Because I took a hard one too with Buck.
yeah.
I took a hard one too, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's just like, it's all about your mind state. And I think at that young, it has a lot to do with your upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know how to deal with death and cope with it and all that. You know, when you that young, it's just the people that's around you. Like, man,
Right.
it's going to be all right. Like, keep on, you know,
Right.
whatever.
It hurt though, you know.
Yeah, no doubt. We all, man, we can admit that.
So, jumping back into, today, so you go around the world, man, with Lil Wayne and other artists, and you come back and you got gigs at, in Homer, these little, clubs, hole in the walls, whatever. Like, did you ever look at that and just be like, man, I could be in Los Angeles right now?
All the time. It's like when you get away from this place and you go somewhere, you look back like, wow, like this is what I could be doing. But like I've always been so loyal and so grounded to this city. Like
That's
don't
what I
know,
respect
it's
the
like
most,
really no
right.
place like home.
Right.
And a lot of people have that confused. Their perception of what blowing up is. Like they think blowing up is just being able to pose with money or having nice cars or having a dope ass following. Though when you blow up, you don't come back home.
Most people don't because
You don't come back home, and then you're a different type of person. Like you, blowing up is not being comfortable. Blowing up, you gotta constantly work. You gotta go on radio interviews. You gotta take flights. You gotta go on tours. You gotta always be a public person. You have no personal time. Like I don't want to live like that.
Right.
I dipped and dabbed in some of it, but their perception of who made it or making it is what a picture shows, and that's not what it's about. That's
is
work,
not,
man.
bro.
No, it is.
It's work.
is.
It's I got tired of airplanes. I got tired of driving. I got tired of being in traffic. I got tired of backstage. Like, that shit really do a lot to you. Drugs every night, not me, but just being around the shit and being around Wayne. Like, being around drugs every night and I mean, for some people who ain't never had shit or can't wait to do that, they'll love it. But that ain't no way to live, man, unless you really want to live like that. But, you know.
To me, I already know beforehand, like, that ain't the life I want to pursue.
But you didn't know that when you was 18.
I didn't know that. And that's what I'm finna say. At a young age, it's like, what kept you from like, all right, man, I'm gonna turn all the way.
Wayne, they do it. Why I can't do it? You know?
Nah, I know I got a purpose back at home. Like I said, when in the downtime, I could have easily been hanging in all these cities with them, man. Them niggas told them niggas I want to go home, I want to see my kids, I want to go back to work. You know, I want to go back to work. Man. Like, that's not, I ain't that kind of nigga, man. I'm not that, you know, easily influenced. You know?
Yeah. And that's
if I'm not working, I want to go home.
Straight up, bro.
And I would tell my parents and my girl at the time, I was like, man, look, when y'all come pick me up from the airport, have my kids right there when I get off the plane.
Right.
That's the first thing I want to see.
That's big motivation, bro. Like, it make you grind different, and like, you want to be extremely wealthy to better the generations after you, but you do have to spend that time.
Right.
You got to find that balance. And I hear a lot of successful people like, man, it was hard finding a balance because they'll run away. Like, if you'd have went that route, like 4, 5, 6 years would run away from you like that. You know what I'm saying? To where you smoking and popping down.
Like, I know for a fact, man, like, you know, my career as a DJ, being on tour with Wayne, I also went on tour with Kevin Gates. Like, I could have easily just fell into that and been that type of person and never be home. But I gotta be here for my kids.
Got to be.
And then, like, the kids that I teach, like, I'm not gonna leave them hanging just for a quick blow up when I know that's not something I'm gonna do for the rest of my life.
You probably won't even enjoy that.
Them times change, man. Like, people think, like, a lot of people, they might look at me and feel like, oh, well, you made it, or Juice blew up, or Juice this, Juice that. Man, when the people get done with me, they send me home, man.
Right.
Yeah.
If I don't have nothing to offer, like, I'm not just gonna be sitting around, you know.
And that's at their discretion. Like
I mean,
yours too, right?
Right. Like, I'm just like in terms of just like when there's nothing to do, you go back home. Right. And at home, I got a whole nother career. I just happen to be a good ass DJ. It happens to be a good ass hobby that pays a lot. Right. But I got a whole nother career, a whole nother life. Now, if I didn't have kids, of course.
Turn to the max.
Right. But I'm a father, man, you know.
That's what's happening.
That's
bro.
an important
How many kids you have?
2 boys.
2 boys.
Two boys.
How old?
10 and 6.
Oh, okay. So the 10-year-old think he grown for sure.
Definitely.
Critical ages though, man, in the times we living in, man.
Yep.
You need to be there.
Right.
It ain't even about man. You have to.
So who do they look at? Do they see DJ Juice or they see Daddy?
Well, they see both. They know my worth. My oldest one, he likes to come around sometime when I do little shows because he want to meet the rappers and see the rappers. My little one, he just want to be under me. Like, it doesn't matter where I'm at. Like, if I'm DJing somewhere and he's around, he's gonna tell somebody to bring him to his daddy.
Come on.
Like, I was doing Fan Fest at the Bayou Classic, and he was out there with my sister. He kept telling her, walk me to the stage where my daddy is at because I want to go back there.
That's what's up.
I was DJing on the east side for a block party. He was down the street at his grandmother's house. He told somebody, walk me to my daddy. I was DJing at the Daiquiri shop for the parade.
Right.
He was at the parade. He said, walk me to my daddy. He will come wherever I'm at.
That's what's happening.
That's just
It's gonna be DJ Juice Jr.
He likes
very
to
observant.
he loves to be. He knows where his dad is at, and he wants to be under me whenever, wherever. Like, it don't matter. Like, there's no rules that could say he can't go there. He always wants to go. He always want to be that person to be where I'm at. But they pretty much, they're pretty cool because they got the upper hand. Like, if they want to meet rappers or FaceTime rappers, or if I go somewhere, they'll take pictures with them and stuff like that. So they enjoy that part of it.
That's important though, man. You know.
Yeah, they seeing a different perspective because I don't know. Like, man, I feel sorry for people that never experience. I'm gonna just say outside of Louisiana, just
outside of home.
Outside of
I
home.
was finna say that.
Dog.
I was finna
Homer.
say that, but like, bruh, the culture, the experience, the people, they just different, bro.
You remember how it was with me, man. When I was at UL, I used to get people, man, come down this weekend. They got a party. they would go an hour and a half down to Lafayette and just be like, "Oh my God, it's so different." Like, yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of Homer, man. Homer can. It's great. It's a gold mine. It's a gold mine. There's a lot of potential. Bro. Yeah, that fly.
He
man.
got character. He been having character to all shows. He don't want to go nowhere.
But staying here and not getting another aspect of life is damaging, and that's anywhere. If you just stayed in LA and never went anywhere else, your
right.
perception will be,
But some people, they think that when you leave your hometown or when you leave Homer, it's for a better life. And in most cases, that is true. But some people leave their hometown to learn different things to come back and bring something different to their hometown.
Straight up.
And that's what I feel like I owe to the city. So when I go somewhere, I bring something back that wasn't here.
That's what's up, bro.
Whether it's something mental, physical, whatever. Like I bring something new or something different to where people get I've learned from somewhere else. I incorporate it down here.
Speaking of something new, man, the JuiceFest.
JuiceFest.
The
JuiceFest.
That's my baby. That's my 2-year-old, man.
Like that it hit us out of nowhere. Like,
right.
Boom, juice.
But it was long overdue.
It was very long overdue. It was kind of like,
come on, Frank.
Like, you know how like recently people have been protesting for equality and blacks and whites and racism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
JuiceFest was a subliminal protest. It was just a reason to get everybody that I have an impact on together.
Right.
White, black, old, young, prostitute, professional, judge,
because you've been
joker. You feel me?
You've been doing it. It just didn't have a name.
No,
right.
And
so
I've never
somewhere everybody coming.
And I've never had every type of person that I've had an impact on under the same roof. And when I came up with the concept, it was just something to get everybody together, to mix in everybody.
So how long was it in the making before it actually
2 months?
2 months. I thought you were about to say 2 years.
March of 2018. I had a little I had a talk with an officer, and he was like, Juice, man, you got a real big impact, man. Could you like post something or do something that let the people know that all police aren't bad, or something that'll join everybody together to where they understand that all cops aren't bad and we know all people aren't bad. Just something to look out for us, because people look at us and they don't really respect us. And just I've always wanted to do something big like that, to give everybody something to do for nothing, or just to show my appreciation. So I had kept telling everybody I'm gonna break the internet June 11th.
I remember one of them posts,
and everybody was like, "You getting a club? No. You getting married? No. You doing this? No." And nobody could guess it. And then on June 11th at 12 noon, I said I'm doing JuiceFest, and it's gonna cater to every genre and every type of person. And the entertainment is gonna be free. I'm gonna do giveaways and stuff for the kids. Vendor booths are gonna have stuff like that. Downtown Homer, because sometimes when you move and you announce your moves, people always want to contribute their 2 cents to it. But when you know what you want to do, you lean on your own understanding. Because people were like, "Oh, you should have did it this place, or you should have did it that place." Like, I did it the way I wanted to do it, and it, in my eyes, it was very successful. I've got a lot of good reports both years from it. But it was just something to give to people. Like we said, some people might not ever get to leave Louisiana or Homer, or see an artist, or see a rapper, or just experience being around all those different people for free. You feel me?
Right.
With nothing going in my pocket. So I just hit a couple of people up in the entertainment business that I know, and I got with them, and they showed love and understood my purpose and my cause, and it was up from that point.
So I know they also had a little, I ain't gonna say a negative event happened. They had a little shootout or something, and they were talking about that's what happened. They were trying to ban JuiceFest or something. I just seen it caught wind of it. I don't know the truth.
Well, like the first year went on without incident. The second year it had closed. It was over about 9:15. As people were picking up some little kids. Teenagers was around the corner. They had enough respect to be around the corner fighting, which I really respect that, because they could have did it on the grounds. But somebody got shot. And the domino effect was, boom, the shooting back there, they take off running. Then the people in the street saw them running, they took off running. Then that came into the festival grounds where people were packing up and leaving at, and they started running. So it just was a big domino effect, and it made it look really bad, as if that the event was catered around that, or it was that promoting that type of shit. And that's not what it was. It was a family event. Like, I would have homeboys be like, man, what time the thing come, man? I'm about to go give me a fit. And the first thing I'd be like, man, bring your kids out there, man.
Right. Yeah.
Not, you know, like, you don't have to do that. Bring your kids out there. Come as a family, because when you with your family, you're not inclined to doing stuff like that.
Well, let me ask this. So, like I said, I missed that one the second year, and that was the year the incident happened. And I noticed that, I don't know if it was the actual newspaper that ran the story that kind of linked it. Did they clear that up afterwards?
The police chief did. Dana Coleman did. It's just that the event is just like successful as it can be. But when you have something that's larger or something that people want to know about, that takes the front cover of it.
Right.
That fronts it.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people was pissed that headline had dropped shooting at JuiceFest. Shooting breaks out at JuiceFest. That was on the top.
That was at the top of everything.
And I saw that.
It really upset me, because like, it just it was on the news. It was on 5 to 8. It was on, you know, like, it really upset me, because that's not what it was about. That's not what I stand for. Like, I don't promote violence. Like, this was a family event, and then the event was over, so it wasn't like they were trying to put it like that ended the event. Yeah, that didn't. The event was already over. It didn't end early because of the shooting. It ended early because one of the artists didn't show up, and that would have ended at 9:30. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Gotcha. But a lot, like, the police chief cleared it up, and social media took defense immediately.
Right.
So, like, and I'm not the type of person that's gonna get on there and be like, go live and start talking and fussing about y'all niggas can't, we can't do shit together. That's why we can't. I ain't do none of that. Like, like I said, my character spoke for me.
Right. Silence is golden, man.
I never said a word. Right. I never posted nothing. I never
people don't respect silence no more, man. Like,
I never said nothing. I sat on that sidewalk, bro. When it was over with, when my cleanup crew was cleaning up, I was getting all kind of phone calls and texts. The newspaper lady was calling me, like, right then and there for the story. I sat there, bro, and then I left and went to the after party, and I DJ'd from 12 to 2. And after that, I went to Waffle House till about 4 o'clock in the morning. I just ate, and I just went home, like, because I was done. Because I just knew that I was going to get all kind of
backlash.
Yeah, behind that. And when I finally logged on, it's just like everybody was in support of it.
Right, because I seen people like, this ain't happening. I seen Dana Coleman post, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, all right, that's what's up.
So I didn't have to say nothing, and it wasn't that they were going to cancel or nothing like that, because that wasn't on me. That was just some irresponsible teenagers.
Well, see, what I take from what you just said that is the most impactful to me is that you took it all in and you gave it time. Like, I feel like nowadays people so quick to be defensive and respond. Hey, let it play out for a little while.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Let's see what happens.
The person that did it might
and social media spoke up for you. You know, I didn't have to say a word.
I noticed you're not really like a social media ranter. Like, if you going live,
Never.
you DJing or something. You know,
never.
You don't know too much about Juice other than music and.
I never. Like, I keep it like that.
But we in the era of social media though. Like,
right.
Like,
well, I use it basically what I want to use it for, and that's for my promotion of my business. Other than that, like, you might see my kids on there every now and then, but like, this is the era for that. But I come up in an era where we didn't have that shit, so I don't feel obligated to put everything that I do on social media.
Right.
Like, a lot of people be like, oh, well, you talk to this girl, why I never see you post her, or they feel like when they go on vacation they gotta have their phone out showing everybody where they at. Well, in the 90s, how would you be able to do that?
Right. When I grew up,
you couldn't do that then, so why should I feel like I'm obligated to do all this now?
You know what they call it? Getting old. Like,
well,
like me, I mean,
I don't care for it.
To me, when I'm somewhere, when I'm like on vacation or something, I'm genuinely having fun. I don't have time to
grab my phone and start thinking about
yeah, like you. I mean,
you gotta understand, man. We came from disposable cameras, man.
Yeah, sliding a little thing, like, dropping it off at Walmart, waiting for the pictures to fall.
Like, you really gotta stop and think about it and stand still.
It's nothing wrong with it. It's just I choose to not put everything that I do online, because sometimes you don't want people to know your moves. Like, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. And nobody don't know this. Like, I'm truly 100%. Nobody knows this. The pandemic hit, right?
Right.
Classrooms closed. Clubs closed. What Juice gonna do? Sit at home, right? What I'm gonna do? Sitting at home. Sitting at home every day, running electricity up in the house. Go work out. What? Eat? Fuck off?
Right.
Nah. Clubs closed. You ain't getting no club money right now.
None.
Classrooms closed, but you still get paid once a month. Dog, you know what I do every day? I go to work at Burger King.
What?
Swear to God, dog.
What Burger King you work at?
In grade, dog.
Man, how the fuck you pull that off? I feel like listen.
What? What you work? The
I
grill?
feel like
I make fucking burgers.
hold on, man. Hold on. Hey, I don't feel played because I know you don't feel played, but listen, that's funny. That's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's because you would never think that.
But
Dog.
listen.
I'm a hustler. I love to work. I genuinely love to work. Instead of sitting at home, bills are still due, dog.
Hey,
and
bro.
it ain't because I'm broke. It's just that I want to. Let me tell you something, dog. Let me tell you something. I don't get financial aid for one.
Right.
But, you know, being in school online. I'm paying out of my pocket. So any little bit will help. So I called the manager, a girl I graduated high school, and I'm like, look, can I come to work? Because I used to work there when I was a juvie.
Yeah.
Can I come to work? Some things you don't forget. She was like, you want to work over here? Yeah, I really want to come to work. I love to work. I work 6 days a week, dog.
Hey, bro.
10 to 2:30.
Hold on. I'm glad you told me that. First of all, I never seen you because I don't eat Burger King.
Right.
But boy, if I'd have went to Burger King and saw you, like it's just me, I'd have been like, man, I would have not.
I
I'd have thought that wasn't you.
That's not Juice. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
I mean, I wear a mask. You know, it's almost like I look like a ninja because my mask is like it covers everything. Like you don't know that's me. So it's like a surprise, you know. But like,
so nobody know this. Can't be because I feel like you would bring that Burger King so much business.
My little boy said that. If they knew it, I mean, I don't feel like I'm entitled to post that shit. I mean, I could.
Man,
I ain't got no pride. It's not like I feel a certain kind of way. Like
but they don't understand being a man, bro.
Oh, you sacrifice, dog.
But like to put this in perspective, like we doing this clothing brand. Like I don't feel like applications at Sam, Lowe's. I can't go back also because I can't put nothing into my craft, into designing clothes. I can't do that also. Right. So. I'm about to holler at you to come work at Burger King.
Man, see, we ain't gonna get that. See, that's his great pull. See, he got that because he from great.
Right.
He'd probably be walking to
anywhere
work
else. He overqualified anywhere else.
I just looked at it like this. I'm like, you know, I could still make money. Like I really love to. I don't have to. I choose to. I could be sitting at home. Yeah, teaching my kids something. You know, they look at me a different way. I could be fucking off in the street with niggas or just being lazy, dog. And I genuinely like to work because I know when I work, I get money for it.
That's what's happening,
And like my last day is Wednesday because I'm gonna take July off to take my kids on vacation and do a few things and get ready for the upcoming school year. But like 6 days a week, dog, 10 to 3:30. Yeah. Like I'm in Burger King.
You say your last day Wednesday?
Yeah,
man, I'm definitely gonna come before you.
Real talk.
I swear to God.
People come in. People come in. They'll see me in that, but I'm all wrapped up, so they'll be like, I'm in the back though. You know,
I'll be like, son, I look like you.
Be like, man, ain't no way. That's
the other day they had this little boy come in there. He had to be like 8 or 9 years old. He had ordered something. He was in there a long time. So I came out the back. I was like, look, man. I said, you got your food yet? He was like, no. I said, you know, I gave him some free fries. I said, you want like a Coke freeze, a cherry freeze? He's like, yeah, I want one. I said, you got to pay for it. I got you. He didn't know who I was, right? Wrapped up. I gave it to him. He left. About an hour later, I get an inbox. This lady was like, Juice, I don't mean to disrespect you. She said, but my son insisted you came out the back of Burger King and gave him free food.
Be like, I did.
She said, I don't want to disrespect you or make you feel.
Why is that disrespectful?
Because she didn't believe him. Like they don't expect me to be there.
I don't. Me either.
I mean, you wouldn't. You wouldn't because if you see me in that, it'd be like, dang, Juice fell off or Juice broke. It ain't because of that. It's because I choose to go there. I was like, man, that little boy not crazy. I said he saw my eyes and he saw my tattoo.
Right.
Them kids know me, man.
Know?
He was looking like.
Nope. Ain't no way. That's not Juice.
Shit. And like I told her, I explained to her why I was there, you know, and she really genuinely respected it.
That's what's happening, bro.
Like
that's character.
Just doing that's it, dog.
God,
the ability to adapt in different environments and survive without worrying about what anybody got to say about the shit.
I skipped over fast food because I didn't have a plethora of jobs, and fast food was the most stressful to me.
Really?
I can't fuck with that. Now I could go work at Walmart, I could go stock, I could go do this. Cannot.
It was like being a juvie doing that shit. Like, of course you be ready to get off, but like when you want, like I'm an adult now, I'm mature. So like them 4-5 hours go by like that.
Right.
Now I have a work ethic, and I know how to work. You know, working offshore and supervising and stuff. I probably could do that shit really good now.
Outside of the dangers of working offshore, fast food was the hardest job I ever had.
Indeed, bro.
That McDonald's by the
Boy,
fucking
Pinocchio's, that Whopper boy light up.
Listen, dude, I was at McDonald's working. I'm 16, 17 on the parade route.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I want to kill everybody.
Right.
10 Whoppers.
It's dog. It's crazy because it's like they enjoy me being there because I bring a different light. Mm-hmm. The juveniles that work there, they look at me differently because I give them the game while I'm working. And it's like I tell them, like, when you look at fast food workers, they kind of like the scum of the earth, but they still humans.
But you need them. Listen, COVID exposed that, because during that, the only places you could find food at first was like the fast food restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
So you could say they're not important, but if they wasn't there, your ass would have been hungry as shit.
Essential. And I was telling like the people that worked there, I'm like, look, you know, this is a fast food job, and it's probably basically like the most that you could do in life, but take pride in that shit, because like, all jokes aside, people come here because they want to eat. They want to eat good food. Like, if you mess somebody order up, like, you know how you feel when you don't check your bag and you get home and your shit fucked up.
Boy.
Yeah, like,
I just had
everybody know you check your bag at Burger King and McDonald's.
And that's the reason why that a lot of fast food servers get the treatment they get, because they look at them like they uneducated, but they people too.
Nah, they people.
They people.
I think I would genuinely do good in a job like that now, because I would bring a different character to that place.
Right.
Like, I clown with people, I talk to people, I'm genuinely interested in certain people or people's stories, so I would do excellent at that. But at the time, when that Whopper boy light up, 10 Whoppers, man, I'm stressed out.
I ate that shit up, man. Like, real talk. I ate that shit up. They so comfortable with me, like, it's like I work the morning to the afternoon shift, so when the 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock people get off, I'm in the kitchen by myself until the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock people come in. So it's like I'm running all that shit. Like,
but that's what you do already.
Right. And right.
That's what you do.
So I told them that Wednesday was my last day. You know, I'm put my 2 weeks notice in. They don't want me to leave. This is not my job. It's temporary.
Right.
So the district manager, not the store manager, white woman, she was like, see if he'll work once a week.
But you should. I feel like you if you could schedule it in, I would do that.
Well, with everything I got going on, with learning new curriculum and being a teacher being a real teacher now, like, all that's gonna change. I'm not gonna have time for that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro.
And the clubs being back open, you know,
you about to turn up.
It just was a filler. Like, I never had a hard day. Right? I never worked on the shipyard. I never worked doing concrete or the garbage truck or in the shoe store. That's why I worked. I either worked at Burger King, Barker Honda in the detail department, and DeeJay. Like, that's all I ever did. Right, so I just knew
to what I know.
I went back to what I knew, and
that's just like me. If this don't work, back to the oil field. That's what I know. But
I don't want to go back to oil field.
Right. See, I never got exposed to none of that. I don't know nothing about that shit. All I ever knew was music in school.
That's what's up, bro. That's what you put here to do.
So I just, like I said, I just started working at BK.
See, I'm glad a person like you has all of the influence you have, because you're a person that's not going to abuse the influence.
Right.
Right.
Like, we have a lot of people that have a lot of influence, and they influencing people to do stupid shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you're a well-rounded person, man. I'm conscious of what I do because I know people are watching. And that goes a long way.
That's what's up, man.
Definitely appreciate that.
But you got your people that say, man, Juice throw the JuiceFest and he don't put no local rappers in there.
Right.
I got a song and he ain't let me. I asked him if I could perform it and he told me no. What's the politics behind it?
First off, if a nigga told you he asked me to be in JuiceFest as a rapper and I told him no, he'll lie. Because I don't tell niggas no.
About 3.
I explain to niggas, JuiceFest is a family event. First off, rap is a genre, a high risk genre. And the insurance tells me if I have a rapper or rap at the JuiceFest, then it's $3,000 for insurance. It jumps from $300 to $3,000.
Okay.
First off,
just because you rap.
Just because it's rap, and rap is a high risk genre, and I would need extra police and security because rap, there's no gray in between white and black. It's rap.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
That ain't what it is. And then JuiceFest is a family-oriented event. I don't need niggas up there rapping about getting money. I don't need niggas getting up there rapping about niggas that died. I don't need niggas getting up there rapping about niggas that be in the streets. And 9 times out of 10, all the local niggas that rap around here rap about those 3 things.
Right.
Now they got people who are like artists, like on the common tip or on the like the J. Cole kind of tip. But if I put them in, I got to put everybody else in.
A local rapper.
Right. And that's not what it's about. Rap is one of the genres that's not at the JuiceFest. If you see somebody rapping at the JuiceFest, it's because they got a song on the radio.
Okay.
It's a commercial
so to
song.
Rappers, make a radio hit.
That's it.
Get the
Or
song
some
on
R&B
radio.
shit.
Right.
Because I've had like Kendall and the Don and Brennan Lyons, Be Love. I had
got some nice
music.
music.
Carmi had a commercial song. It's not like rap. Like these niggas is not understanding the focal point of the festival. It's not to promote your music, is to give you a platform that you never had before, but you got to push out something that people are going to want to be acceptable to. Like, I don't need niggas up there talking about getting money. That's not what this is about. This ain't about dope. This ain't about the streets. This ain't about your homeboys coming up there. It's all on how it looks. Like, I do something called the DJ Juice character tours when I go to different schools on Friday nights and do dances at different schools. So I have like little local niggas that rap or do commercial music come in and perform, just for their benefit with the kids and to get the kids something. I had to tell these niggas one day because they came with a group. You can't come with a group. This ain't no thugged out type
Leave
of
your entourage at home. We at
this
school.
ain't no entourage type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Fight kids.
So then, I got the group right there. They stand. I said, go backstage. Be professional about it. So they rather stay in the front where the kids at. Okay, so one of the dudes got a cup in his hand. No, it ain't liquor, but it's how it looks.
Right.
It's how it looks.
They drink milk.
I don't want the principal of that school to walk in and see you standing up there around their kids, but you got a cup in your hand. You ain't at no rap show. You doing this for kids. Put on colorful clothes, something child friendly. Like, look like you're there for the kids, not you, man.
Right. I feel you, bro.
So like when I'm doing JuiceFest, I don't want nobody. Like, I don't have nobody on stage unless they work, unless they security or the DJ or me, or as they're about to go up next, because it's all on how stuff look. I don't like people hanging around. When you hang, it gives it a whole new image. Like, oh, look at them niggas up there.
Just hanging.
That's not what it's about, dog.
Yeah.
And it ain't nothing about me selling out or being an Uncle Tom, dog. But my face is on this, and people all over the world see this shit. And if they see this, I want them to see that this is represented the right way. This is what Homer is, dog. And it's nothing against the local rappers. I told them you could do the after party. You could rap till you fucking drop. But the festival rap is not one of the genres unless you got a commercial song on the radio
Top
that people
40,
know.
Man.
That
Top
people
40,
know.
Top 40,
so when I invited the special guests like Chop and them and Partners in Crime and DJ Jubilee, Denicia, Karina Page who sings Slow Motion, Magnolia Chop, Rocker B, Level, AJ that made Doing My Dances, because they got songs that people are going to dance to.
Right.
And it wasn't promoted. They was secretive, because if I had promoted them, the insurance would have went up. So that's why at the end of the night, when it's like 8:30, I always do DJ Juice and Friends, because that's the segment where I have all my friends from the entertainment world that people know.
That's the secret guest.
That's it.
people,
it's called DJ Juice and Friends.
And I think a lot of times in the trap Paris is just lack of communication. People just automatically assume you don't mess with local rappers.
Nah, if a nigga told you I said no, a nigga lying, because I explained that to everybody that's ever asked me about
But
Juice
you know
Fest.
how they take that as.
That's
a no. They ain't perform, so it's a no.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying?
It don't go like that. I always say you could do the after party. I always say that, dog. Can't nobody say I said no.
I got you, bro.
I would never tell a nigga no. I'm going to explain it. And I don't have to. I choose to.
True.
But niggas take it the wrong way. That's why. Boy, look.
Respect my mix, man.
That's why I can't really. That's why you always see me moving by myself or moving in silence, because people people will be in your face saying one way, acting one way, and then behind your back feeling like, oh, he this, he that, all that.
Oh, that's homo, bro.
And I don't like
That's
that
homo.
shit. So to avoid all that, I don't get cool with nobody because you never know how people feel with you
I
until
feel
you hear
like
from
I
somebody
feel like
else.
when you move on a different frequency, not to say that I'm above people or nothing, but the rest of people don't understand it. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that done. Most of them traveled, like we was talking to Brandon and stuff. You come back, you different, bro. Like the stuff that matter, y'all, it don't matter to me.
In order for JuiceFest to continue, and for them people to keep allowing me to get the courthouse square, this is what I got to do. I cannot paint the picture that they expecting.
Right. You gotta
They
be
expecting it to be a rap. Yeah, because you're having a rap. I didn't have no rap concert downtown. I had a festival.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have no rap show. Don't ever say that. I started that bitch with a prayer, with a pastor, gospel, zydeco, blues, soul,
It's everything.
country, everything. Spoken word, local, like little local kids who won talent shows, dance teams, school dance groups, giveaways, acknowledging kids who had diseases, special announcements, bullying sessions, giveaways. I ain't put not one single penny in my pocket from that festival. I designed backpacks. I raffled them off. The money from the backpacks went to HR Bourgeois, went to a scholarship for a girl going to LSU.
Why they didn't go to Terrible?
Man, I was coming around.
Man,
That
that's why they got that breeze on our field
I
right
was
now.
coming around.
Because of DJ Juice.
I favor that. But it's just different with me, man. Cause the guy, one of the guys that work for HPD was like, man, like next year, we could get the barricades and you could block it off and you can actually charge people. I'm not deaf for that.
Right.
I'm giving this to my city because they've supported me in everything that I've done for the past 2-3 decades.
That's deep, man.
So I'm just giving it. I don't want nothing from this. I don't want no clout. I don't even DJ the festival. I let DJ Will do it so he could get, more on it. Like, I'd rather host it because I had Rude Jew, MC Lack, Wild Wayne, all in one to host it. I'm like, no, I'm going to host it myself because I know what to say, how to improvise between acts.
These are my
It's
people.
your vision.
And that's your vision.
Not to
These
say
are my
y'all
people.
can't do it a year or two from now, but right now, I'm trying to work out my
I
vision.
could have easily fell back and let them take in that stage and did their thing, but I know exactly what I want to do, so that's why I hosted it myself.
That's
Hey,
what's
man,
up, bro.
I call that the nip approach, man. It's like I know what I want to do. It ain't about the money.
No,
I won't get my whole plan out, and it might take me 4, 5, 6 years to do it, but I'm gonna get it done.
They might say some shit that ain't funny or some shit that'll piss an old person
Boy,
off in
you
the front.
offend people, bro.
Yeah,
With
people get
comedy,
offended easily, and I don't want that, dog. I want them old people in their lawn chairs sitting in front of the barricades, dog.
Yeah.
Just waiting for what's about to come up, giving them something. Them people don't get to do that unless they go to a festival in New Orleans. And when they do festivals down here, downtown on the Bayou and Live After 5, it's only a select group of people.
Doesn't cater to everybody.
It don't cater to everybody.
Yeah,
And
because I don't even be knowing when like Live at 5. Or
Right, because
I
that-
just stumble up on it.
And you see it.
Rugeroo Fest. When is that?
And it don't catch our attention because, it don't cater to us.
The only reason I catch it is because my mama stay. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta go that way to get to my mama house.
Right.
So I'll be like, oh
Lord,
setting
the
up
street block
barricades.
dog. Yeah, what's going on?
And then, I don't have a committee with that. I have Jeray Williams. She handled the vendors and I handled the entertainment. And we
Come on.
just us two. We did
What's
everything.
another question I wanted to ask you? What do you have to do to be a vendor, to qualify to be a vendor?
You just pay a $75 fee.
And you get a boot.
Yeah, and that's cheap.
That
Is
is
it
cheap.
cheap?
Yeah, that's
I'm not trying to beat nobody. I want people to make their bread.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up, bro. I just,
Man,
I
people-
feel like
man.
people won't know that, but I won't know too.
Man, people got to start tipping their heads, man.
Yes, indeed.
But
Like
they
real
don't.
shit.
They don't.
You gotta pay your homage, bro.
They don't
That's
understand. They don't understand like the negativity, the pressure, and just everything you got to go through just to make something be successful. And when that shooting happened, that really was disrespectful. That really, really, really pissed me off, man, because that's not what that was for. Like all the stuff I went through last year with that man and those kids just went out there and totally just disregarded it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm big on reaching out to the youth. At least, not every youth, but the ones that I know, or I know their parents or whatever. I'm real big on reaching out to them, man. And I need them to understand, bro. Y'all have to leave that at home. Y'all can't let that ignorance spew over out at the JuiceFest. At least respect the DJ. Everybody love the DJ.
Right. Y'all
Respect
want the
this
DJ
fest.
to be
Respect
here.
this mix. Don't do that. Like if you see your op over there, look, man, I'm gonna let it slide. It's juice.
Everybody don't think like that, dog. It's something called ignorance that jumps in front of what you got, what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And like I had talked to the little dude who got shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to his mama. She was like, yeah, we went out there as a family. He just went with his friends and he got caught up and was in the wrong place at the wrong time trying to follow the fight and stuff like that. And I was like, whenever he get out the hospital, tell him come holler at him, I get him a backpack or, just let him know, man, that boy on the video fighting, man.
Right.
He on the video fighting.
And also he's
the one on the video fighting. He the one fighting on the video.
So who you blame at that point? Do you blame the parent or you
I recently stumbled upon a concept.
Mm-hmm.
We look at that as the problem. That he's the problem. They're the problem. The ones with the guns, they're the problem. They're the product of the problem.
They're the result of the problem. Here you go.
They're the product.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
You were raised father in home, and
that goes a long way.
Both of us too, and we starting to analyze shit. That goes a long way, man. That goes a long way. And I don't care what nobody say.
It does. And because people who are raised the right way, they have choices that they make. And depends on what the consequences are or how much they respect their parents or how much their parents put into them is what the result of what's going to happen. When you know you're going to break your mama's heart, you're not going to go do that. But when you don't give a fuck, you're going to do it.
You're going to do whatever you want.
Just to do it. And like, man, that shit blew me when I saw him on the video fighting.
Because you was really at bat for him. Like, yeah.
I was.
Damn.
I was.
I just remind me, but I seen it and I feel like I knew both of them. I knew one of them for sure. But yeah, I seen the video and they both out there fighting and this and that. And I don't know whether, but it's like, man, y'all so lost, man. Y'all even doing the shit is on camera.
Yep.
Like you don't care about that either.
That's the world we live in. They want to put everything on camera. Back then, if you missed it, you just missed it.
You just missed it.
Right.
You just had to hear about it. That's it.
You know how Burger King used to be out in them games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You just missed it.
That's you go in there, man. They were fighting. Who? Each other terrible.
Right. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't go watch it later or nothing.
Nothing. Nope. But man, I just respect the journey. I've been keeping up with the journey. What's next for the DeeJay? I know you always got a secret, but
well, I wanna continue with the festival. It was supposed to be July 11th this year, but due to the virus, I didn't want to go head to head with that and have a week festival. So I was trying to see if I could push it back to Bayou Classic weekend, and if that's not possible, then I'll just do it again next year. But the festival is just a spinoff because that's my new wave, like to eventually get out of the clubs as much and make JuiceFest as large as JuiceFest. Just trying to speak it into
big.
existence,
and especially for Homer, like
man, you said it, so it's gonna happen, dude.
And then being that I'm in a position now in the school system, like I want to be a principal.
Let me ask you something. Since you said that,